All right, students, in this lesson we're going to be discussing graphing multiplicative patterns. You should have already completed the lesson over graphing additive patterns. This is very similar. Go ahead and turn to your next blank page in your journal. For me, that was page 86. Remember that your page number goes in the upper outside corner of your journal so that it's easily visible by anyone who wants to look through it. Let's discuss our vocabulary word for this lesson, multiplicative pattern. Be sure that you highlight this word. Multiplicative pattern is a pattern in which the corresponding values are related by multiplication. For example, each input x is multiplied by 2 to get the output y. This will make more sense as we go through our notes, but keep this definition in mind and this term in mind as we discuss it. Let's look at our first problem. Carla makes friendship bracelets and sells them at a craft fair on the weekends. She earns $2 for each bracelet she sells. You can find how much she earns if she sells. Can you find how much she earns if she sells 6 bracelets? Just like with additive patterns, we're going to begin by completing an input-output table. Now, notice that if she sells 0 bracelets, she's not going to make any money. So our graph is going to start at the origin, or the ordered pair is 0, 0. So let's look. We have an equation here, y equals 2x. X is the number of bracelets that she's selling, and Y is how much she's making. If I multiply the number of bracelets by 2, that would tell me how much money she has made. So if she sells 1 bracelet, she's going to make $2. If she sells 3 bracelets, I would multiply 3 times 2, and that would give me $6. If she sold 6 bracelets, that would give me $12. If she sold 9 bracelets, that would give me $18. You see how this is working. So I could create the ordered pairs 1, 2, 3, 6, 6, 12, and so on. Let's look at our graph. We need to begin graphing these ordered pairs. Now remember, if she sells no bracelets, she's making no money. So I'm going to start by putting a point at the origin, or 0, 0. All right, you'll notice that the x-axis is labeled differently than what it was before. It's labeled by 2's, so be sure that you plot your points carefully. I want to plot a point. If she sells 1 bracelet, she will make $2. So I'm going to find the ordered pair 1, 2. Then the ordered pair 3, 6, and the ordered pair 6, 12, and the last one would have been 9, 18. Now, just like with our additive patterns, the multiplicative pattern creates a straight line. So I can take and make a line through all of these points. Now the arrow indicates that if I kept on with this pattern, it would cross all of those intersections on my coordinate grid. And I could use this coordinate grid to determine how much she would make with any number of bracelets. So I can see that if she sold 7 bracelets, she would make $14, and so on. Now I'd ask how much would she make if she sells 6 bracelets, and I can see based on my graph and on my input-output table, if she sells 6 bracelets, she would make $12. So the ordered pair 6, 12 represents my answer to this problem. If she sells 6 bracelets, she would make $12. Perfect. Let's do a practice problem. Jada reads 20 pages of a book each hour. If she continues the pattern, how many pages will she read in 7 hours? You can see that I've come up with an equation here. Y equals 20x. X represents the number of hours that she is reading. She's reading 20 of them per hour, so I'd have to multiply the hours by 20 to see how many total pages she had read. The number of pages read would be my Y value. You can see I've got a chart here and I need to complete this chart. After 1 hour, she will have read 20 pages. Well, after 2 hours, she will have read 40 pages. Now I have the value 60 here. It would take her 3 hours to read 60 pages. After 4, she'd read 80. After 6, she'd read 120 pages. And then I can go on to complete my ordered pairs for my chart. Do that now. Check your ordered pairs. Are they correct? Do they match mine? Now we can begin graphing this on our coordinate grid. Please pay close attention to the X values, or the Y values, I apologize, the Y values. I had to change those so that we could actually fit them onto our graph. If I numbered by ones, it would take a very large graph to go up to 120 to show 6 hours. Now, after 0 hours, she has read 0 pages. So my chart is going to start at the origin, or my graph is going to start at the origin. Then we have these ordered pairs 120, 240, and so on. Pause the video and graph the ordered pairs on your own, then come back to see if you've gotten them correct. All right, I've created my graph and I've shown my multiplicative pattern. Remember, this differs from an additive pattern because each of my X values is multiplied by the same amount in order to get my Y values. Now I can look for the ordered pair that will answer my question. The question is, how many pages will she read in 7 hours? 7 hours is represented by the X value of 7. So if I follow that value up and find where it crosses my line, my multiplicative pattern arrow, I can see that the answer is going to be 140. So this ordered pair, 7, 140, represents my answer to the problem. All right, we are ready to move on to our OMO. Geo earns $4 for each dog that he walks. What will be his total earnings for walking 7 dogs? I need you to create your input-output table. Then you're going to label your axes appropriately for the problem, and then create your graph. Once you've got this done, you need to take your journal to Miss Stafford and have her check off your OMO to see that it is accurate. When you've completed that, you will come back to the video for just a few follow-up instructions. Pause your video now, do that, and come back later. Your next steps. Be sure that you add images of your notes to the Unit 9 journal assignment on Google Classroom. Then you need to complete the Graphing Multiplicative Patterns assignment in Google Classroom as well. Good luck!